Organizations in modern days are undergoing heavy transformation. The developmental and transformation processes have given rise to a lot of new human resource management practices, and they are getting wider acceptance. Organizational management is giving more thrust in understanding and developing the employees. The career needs of the employees are taken care of by the organizations, and the careful assignment of an individual to positions that provide her or him with opportunities for deploying competencies needed for a more challenging position is done. Today, we are going to learn about career planning and career development. Career concepts are to be clarified before we go deep into the topic. Career has several meanings. It may mean the property of an occupation or organization, or it may denote advancement, that is one's progression and increasing success within an occupation or organization, the status of a profession, the involvement in one's work, the stability of a person's work pattern, that is a sequence of related jobs. In simple terms, a career can be defined as all the jobs occupied by a person during his working life. It consists of a series of properly sequenced role experiences leading to an increased level of responsibility, status, power and rewards. It represents an organized path taken by an individual across time and space. It can best be described as the pattern of work-related experiences that span the course of one's life. Let us take a look at the important terms or jargons used in this context. Career. A career is all the jobs that are held during one's working life. Career goals refers to the future position one tries to reach as part of a career. Career cycle refers to the stages through which a person's career evolves. Career path or flexible lines of progression through which employees typically move. Career anchors are distinct patterns of self-perceived talents, attitudes, motives and values that guide and stabilize a person's career after several years of real-world experience and feedback. Career progression is making progress in one's career through a series of right moves. Career planning is the process by which one selects career goals and the path to those goals. Career development refers to the personal actions one undertakes to achieve a career plan. Career counseling is the process of advising employees on setting career goals and assisting them find suitable career paths. Career management is the continuing process of setting career goals, formulating and implementing strategies for reaching the goals and monitoring the results. Mid-career crisis. The period occurring between the mid-30s and mid-40s during which people often make a major reassessment of their progress relative to their original career goals and ambitions. Career plateau is a condition of stagnation in one's career at a particular job. In a longitudinal research conducted by Skene, it was discovered that certain attitudinal syndromes that serve to guide many people throughout their careers were formed early in life. These syndromes were composed of a combination of needs, values and talents and serve as anchor to the person to one or a few related type of careers. 5 such anchors were identified: managerial competence, technical functional competence, security, creativity and autonomy independence. The fundamental characteristics of those persons anchored by an overriding interest in management included a capacity to bear considerable responsibility, ability to influence and control others, and skills in solving problems with incomplete information. Those identifying with this anchor agree such statements as the process of influencing, leading and controlling people at all levels is important to me. It is suggested that those who wish to be effective managers should possess analytical, interpersonal, intergroup and emotional competencies. Technical and functional competence. On the other hand, those with technical competence anchor leave no doubt that they are primarily interested in the functional work performed. They agree with such statements as, I would leave my company rather than be promoted out of my area of expertise. They look upon administrative duties as an irritant. They like to remain experts rather than become general managers. Search for security. The third group of persons seem primarily driven by a search for security. They are more attached to a particular organization and geographical area than they are to their work. This type of persons will accept with little question the organizational prescriptions for his or her career. They agree with such statements as, I am willing to sacrifice some of my autonomy to stabilize my total life situation. Desire for creating and developing something new. Those adhering to the fourth anchor demonstrate an overriding interest in creating or developing something new. Many of these persons are entrepreneurs who have established separate businesses less for the sake of making money than for creating a product or service that is identified as theirs. Freedom of independence. The final group demonstrates an overriding interest in freedom and independence. They agree with such statements as, a career that permits a maximum of freedom to choose my own hours of work, tasks, and so forth is important to me. Among these are private consultants, college professors, and freelance writers. In terms of median incomes of each group, those with Anchor 1, managerial competence, received the most, and those with Anchor 5, autonomy and independence, were paid the least. In planning for career development, personnel managers require knowledge of the basic drives and needs of the employees. There has been considerable research concerning the varying amounts of managerial, technical, and security orientations among professional personnel in business organizations. Some professionals disclaim any interest in managerial responsibilities. So we have come to understand that this career anchors forms the basis for one's career path. Now we'll get into the heart of the topic, career planning. It is the process by which one selects career goals and the path to these goals. The major focus of career planning is on assisting the employees achieve a better match between personal goals and the opportunities that are realistically available in the organization. Career programs should not concentrate only on career growth opportunities. Practically speaking, there may not be enough high-level positions to make upward mobility a reality for a large number of employees. Hence, career planning efforts need to pinpoint and highlight those areas that offer psychological success instead of vertical growth. Career planning is not an event or an end in itself. It is a continuous process of developing human resources for achieving optimum results. So it must be noted that individual and organizational careers are not separate and distinct. A person who is not able to translate his career plan into action within the organization may probably quit the job if he has a choice. Organizations therefore should help employees in career planning so that both can satisfy each other's needs. Now let us draw a distinction between career planning and manpower planning and how they are related. Manpower planning is the process of estimating the need for and availability of employees. Through manpower planning, Human Resource Development Department is able to prepare a summary of skills and potentials available within the organization. Career planning assists in finding those employees who could be groomed for higher level positions on the strength of their performance. When manpower planning gives valuable information about the availability of human resources for expansion and growth, career planning only gives us a picture of who could succeed in case any major developments leading to retirement, death, resignation of existing employees happen. Manpower planning is tied to the overall strategic planning efforts of the organization. There cannot be an effective manpower planning if career planning is not carried out properly. The relationship between career planning and succession planning. A succession plan is a plan for identifying who is currently in post and who is available and qualified to take over in the event of retirement, voluntary retirement, dismissal or sickness. A typical succession chart shows details of key executives and brief references to their possible successors. The purpose of succession planning is to identify and develop people to replace current job holders in key positions. Through succession planning, companies assure a steady flow of internal talent to fill important vacancies. Succession planning encourages hiring from within and creates a healthy environment where employees have careers and not merely jobs. Succession planning helps in identifying human resource shortages and skill shortages before openings occur. Thereafter, it becomes easy to groom qualified candidates for further vacancies. The organization is thus assured of continuity of operation and better qualified incumbents. The replacement chart is a visual presentation of who will replace whom if there is a job opening. The terms career planning and succession planning are not synonymous, but they are similar. Succession planning is generally needed for key positions at higher levels, while career planning covers executives at all levels, including high-skilled employees and operatives. Career planning by its very nature includes succession planning. The career paths for executives are identified. How people can grow vertically is also indicated. In case of a vacancy arising at any level, the career plan is well supported by a succession chart. Both are thus complementary and interdependent. Now, what is the need for career planning? Every employee has a desire to grow and scale new heights in the workplace continuously. If there are enough opportunities, he or she can pursue his or her career goals and exploit their potential fully. He or she feels highly motivated when the organization shows a clear path as to how they can meet their personal ambitions. Unfortunately, as pointed out by John Leach, organizations do not pay adequate attention to this aspect in actual practice for a variety of reasons. The demands of employees are not matched with organizational needs. No effort is made to show how the employees can grow within certain limits. What happens to an employee 5 years down the lane if he does well, whether the organization is trying to offer mere jobs or long-lasting careers, etc. When recognition does not come in time for meritorious performance and a certain amount of confusion prevails in the minds of people whether they are in with a chance to grow or not, they look for greener pastures outside. They do job hopping. Key executives leave in frustration and the organization suffers badly when turnover figures rise. Any recruitment effort made in panic to fill the vacancies will not be effective. So the absence of a career plan is going to make a big difference to both the employees and the organization. Employees do not get right breaks at the right time. Their morale will be low and they are always on their toes trying to find escape routes in the absence of career planning. Organizations are not going to benefit from high employee turnover. New employees mean additional selection and training costs, and bridging the gaps through short-term replacements is not going to pay in terms of productivity. Organizations therefore try to put their career plans in place and educate the employees about the opportunities that exist internally for talented people. Without such a progressive outlook, organizations cannot prosper. Objectives of career planning. Career planning seeks to meet the following objectives. Attracting and retaining talent by offering careers, not jobs. Using human resources effectively to achieve greater productivity. Reducing employee turnover. Improving employee morale and motivation. Meeting the immediate and future human resource needs of the organization on a timely basis. Now let us have a look into the career planning process. The steps involved in career planning process are identifying individual needs and aspirations. Most individuals do not have a clear-cut idea about their career aspirations, anchors and goals. The human resource professionals must therefore help an employee by providing as much information as possible showing what kind of work would suit the employee most, taking his skills, experience and aptitude into account. Such assistance is extended through workshops, seminars, etc., while the employees are subjected to psychological testing, simulation exercise, etc. The basic purpose of such an exercise is to help an employee form a clear view about what he or she should do to build a career within the company. Workshops and seminars increase employee interest by showing the value of career planning. They help employees set career goals, identify career paths, and uncover specific career development activities. These individual efforts may be supplemented by printed or typed information. To assist employees in a better way, organizations construct a data bank consisting of information on the career histories, skill evaluations, and career preferences of its employees. Step number 2 in the career planning process is analyzing career opportunities. Once career needs and aspirations of employees are known, the organization has to provide career paths for each position. Career paths show career progression possibilities in a clear manner. They indicate the various positions that open over a whole period of time for the employee. Career paths change over time, of course, in tune with employees' needs and organizational requirements. While outlining career paths, the claims of experienced persons lacking professional degrees and that of young recruits with excellent degrees but without experience need to be balanced properly. Step number 3 in career planning is aligning needs and opportunities. After employees have identified their needs and have realized the existence of career opportunities, the remaining problem is one of alignment. This process consists of 2 steps. First, identifying the potential of employees and then undertaking career development programs with a view to align employee needs and organizational opportunities. Through performance appraisal, the potential of employees can be assessed to some extent. Such an appraisal would help reveal the employees who need further training, employees who can take up added responsibilities, etc. After identifying the potential of employees, certain developmental techniques such as special assignments, planned position rotation, supervisory coaching, job enrichment, understudy programs, etc. can be undertaken to update employee knowledge and skills. Step number 4 in career planning is action plans and periodic review. The matching process would uncover the gaps. These needs to be bridged through individual career development efforts and organization-supported efforts from time to time. After initiating these steps, it is necessary to review the whole thing every now and then. This will help the employee to know the direction in which he is moving, what changes are likely to take place, what kind of skills are needed to face the new and emerging organizational challenges, etc. From an organizational standpoint also, it is necessary to find how employees are doing, what are their goals and aspirations, whether their career paths are in tune with individual needs and serve the overall corporate objectives, etc. How do people choose careers? Studies show that 4 general individual characteristics influence how people make career choices. Studies show that 4 general individual characteristics influence how people make career choices. Interest, self-image, personality, and social backgrounds. Career development. Traditionally, it has been assumed that every employee wants or should want the same thing in a career, usually a direct path up the organizational ladder. However, career ladder is not about getting ahead, but rather about getting to be the best an individual can be and finding a place in an organization where they can express excellence and contribute to the goals of the organization. Career development encompasses vertical issues such as promotions and upward mobility, but also horizontal movement, lateral job transfers, etc. within the organization. A clearly defined plan of action prepares employees for the future and preserves an organization's ability to meet both existing and future needs. Career development consists of the personal actions one undertakes to achieve a career plan. Career development looks at the long-term career effectiveness of employees. The actions for career development may be initiated by the individual himself or by the organization. A properly designed career development program involves three main ingredients: assisting employees in assessing their own internal career needs, developing and publicizing available career opportunities in the organization, and aligning employee needs and abilities with career opportunities. Career need assessment. A person's career is highly personal and extremely important element of his life. The basic stance of the organization should be to permit each person to make her or his own decision in this regard. The role of the personnel manager is to assist in this decision-making process by providing as much information as possible about the employee to the employee. Organizational employees are often uncertain as to the type of work what would suit them best. There are a number of evaluation instruments available that will assist the person in determining his or her primary interests and basic aptitudes to perform different types of work. There are life planning workbooks that facilitate career decision making. Some large firms provide formal assessment center workshops where small groups of employees are subjected to psychological testing, simulation exercises, and depth interviewing. With the aid of expert observers, employees are helped to make decisions concerning proper career goals and specific development needs appropriate to those goals. Career opportunities. Realizing that employees have definite career needs, they naturally follow the obligation of charting specific career paths through the organization. Low ceiling jobs, where there are limited opportunities for significant progression, should be identified and made known to possible applicants. Employees heavily affected by the security career anchor may find these jobs to be highly acceptable. Though sometimes neglected in career workshops, the employee needs to know what types of jobs are now and will be available in the immediate future. Information should be provided concerning actual duties of these jobs as well as what is required in the way of training and development. Employees need to know how they become eligible for training and the selection criteria for those who have completed training. And finally, it is important to know what jobs lead to other jobs. Need opportunity alignment. When employees have accurately assessed their career needs and have become aware of organizational career opportunities, the remaining problem is that of alignment. Greater emphasis should be given to the more individualized development techniques such as planned special assignments, planned position rotation, and supervisory coaching. Modern MBO programs incorporate personal development objectives in addition to more basic work objectives. The specific transfer and promotion decisions made by management for each employee are the final payoff of a career development program. Both productivity and morale are facilitated if these personal decisions are based on objective assessments of present and potential capability, where potential appraisal comes into the picture. Let us have a look into the individual's role and the organization's role in career development. Career progress and development is largely the outcome of actions on the part of an individual. Hall views careers as a lifelong learning process and believes that people must learn how to learn and gain self-knowledge and must become more adaptable. Other authors have suggested that individuals make decisions and take assignments that provide an opportunity to learn and continuously develop new and existing skills. Jones and D. Philip distilled 6 competencies that were possessed by people who successfully navigated the boundary careers and network type of organizations. They found that in the film industry, a new career landscape. The competencies were knowing what, understanding the industry's opportunities, threats and requirements. Knowing why, understanding the meaning, motives and interests for pursuing a career. Knowing more, understanding the locations and boundaries for entering, training and advancing within a career system, knowing whom, forming relationships based on attraction and social capital that will gain access to opportunities and resources, knowing when, understanding the timing and choice of activities within one's career, knowing how, understanding and acquiring the skills and talents needed for effective performance in assignments and responsibilities. A few steps that can help an individual cross the hurdles on the way up includes performance. Career progress rests largely on performance. If the performance is substandard, even modest career goals can't be achieved. Exposure. Career development comes through exposure, which implies becoming known by those who decide promotions, transfers and other career opportunities. Undertaking actions that attracts the attention of those who matter most in an organization is termed as exposure. Networking. Networking implies professional and personal contacts that would help in striking good deals outside, lucrative job careers, business deals, etc. For years, men have used private clubs, professional associations and old boy networks to gain exposure and achieve their career ambitions. Leveraging. Resigning to further one's career with and the employer is known as leveraging. When the opportunity is irresistible, the only option left is to resign from the current position and take up the new job. Opportunity in terms of better pay, new title, a new learning experience, etc. However, job hopping may not be a good career strategy in the long run. Loyalty to career. Professionals and recent college graduates generally jump jobs frequently as they start their career. They do not think that career-long dedication to the same organization may help them further in their career ambitions. To overcome this problem, companies like Infosys, Wipro, etc. have come out with lucrative, innovative compensation packages in addition to employee stock option plans for those who remain with the company for more than 5 years. Mentors and sponsors. A mentor is an older person in a managerial role offering informal career advice to a junior employee. Mentors take junior employees under their tutelage and offer advice and guidance on how to survive and get ahead in the organization. They act as role models. A sponsor is someone in the organization who can create career development opportunities. Key subordinates. Qualified and knowledgeable subordinates often extend invaluable help that enables their bosses to come up in life. When the bosses cross the bridge, they take the key subordinates along with them. In their own self-interest, the subordinate must try to find that winning horse on which he can bet. Expand ability. Employees who are career conscious must prepare themselves for future opportunities that may come their way internally or externally by taking a series of proactive steps like attending a training program, acquiring a degree, updating skills in an area. Based on a critical analysis gathered from employees, there are 4 roles that managers and supervisors should be trained to perform in order to fulfill their responsibility as career developers. These roles include coach, one who listens, clarifies, probes and defines employee career concerns. Appraiser, one who gives feedback, clarifies performance standards and job responsibilities. Advisor, one who generates options, helps set goals, makes recommendations and gives advice. Referral agent, one who consults with the employee on action plans and links the employee to available organizational people and resources. The tools that are used for this purpose of career development are self-assessment tools, wherein the employee himself completes his self-assessments and shares the findings in career workshops and establishes a career path for himself. Individual counseling, whereby employees are guided in overcoming performance problems. Face-to-face meetings with the employee and the counselor happens here. Employment opportunities at various levels are made known to employees through information services of various kinds. Employee assessment programs, whereby New recruit is informed about career policies and procedures of the company during the socialization process. Formal orientation programs are used to educate employees on career programs, career paths, and opportunities for advancement within the company. Several assessment programs are also used to evaluate the employee's potential for growth and development in the organization, like assessment center, psychological testing, promotability forecast, succession planning, etc. To sum up, individual career planning process involves the following steps: assessing the needs, analyzing career opportunities, setting career goals, and developing action plans. Whereas organizational career planning involves assessing human resource requirements, career paths for each person or each employee in the organization, integrating career goals and organizational needs, and initiating career development efforts. Career development process answers the following questions like how individuals can reach to the top, how organizations can help in the process, self-assessment, individual counseling, information services, assessment programs, development programs, etc. available in the organization. There are contemporary views of career development like the Protean career concept, which is based on the notion that individuals drive their own career and not organizations. Individuals reinvent their careers over time as and when needed. As individuals go through life, they are on a search for meaning and self-fulfillment, and their career are made up of their choices and experiments. Each person's career will be unique. So graduates who are trying to take up fresh jobs should know